Okay, so this is the driver's side of the 2003 Hyundai Accent. What I'm looking at is that loose cable. That one over there. Focus, please. Can I have focus? Okay, so right there. Focus. There we go. Like, that thing is connected to the reflector on that side, and maybe I need to put a new bulb in there, but that thing isn't connected to anything, and I don't see anywhere where it's supposed to be connected to. Everything else is just bare metal. So I don't know where that thing is supposed to go. Unless it's supposed to go somewhere up there, like by the headlight. And as you can see, this thing is broken because I bumped someone a while ago. So that whole bumper needs to get replaced. So I was taking out this bolt from the throttle body because I thought this thing has a broken head. Well, turns out it's just supposed to look like this. Because what it's supposed to do is screw in from this side, you know, like that. It's not supposed to go in from this side. I don't know why they couldn't have just made all the bolts like this one, because they had no problem doing that with these, but they had to make it like that for those bolts. Maybe I can just get another one that's like this, because like all these are the exact same length, you know, like this is quadratically radially symmetrical. So the reason why I'm saying I need to buy a new one is because in the course of taking it out, I put the pliers. Where did I put that thing? I put the pliers on the threads. What that did was, because the metal was soft, it rounded the threads. And by that I mean it squished them. So now I can't get the bolt past that part because now the space in between the threads is too tight. So I need to figure out if I can get more of those bolts, because I hate this thing and regard it as a bad thing. I really, honestly can't understand why they didn't just make all the bolts the exact same. Maybe it was because they just really didn't want those to come out. In another episode of making everything harder than it needs to be, a YouTuber by the name of Gettin' Junk Done has finally set me to rights. And what I was trying to do was lift up my car. I was searching everywhere, like underneath here, like every electrical connection, everything. So Getting Junk Done finally told me where it was. I guess this is it. This is it right here. This is it. It's not under there. I was like way down into the guts of this. There's a like impeller thing down there, and it has a bolt on it like next to it, and that kind of holds it in place. So I was like, oh, that kind of matches like what the camshaft sensor looks like, because it has a bolt on the side, right? Well, that's not it. Like, and I was like, it has 3 prongs, that means it's got to be it. It's not it. So anyway, this is the thingy right here. It's got one of these that you pry off with a screwdriver or needle nose pliers. So it's like a little pin that holds it in place. You pull it out. The socket that it needs is 10 millimeters. I mean, I was working on this thing for like an hour trying to get that out, and it is like stuck in there, and it just has to go to like the transmission impeller or something. It's like a little worm gear type thing. Okay, so you take out the bolt. I've already unscrewed it. And you take out the sensor, just like that. And this is the bad one, so it's just garbage. It's covered with oil. Maybe that's why it's not working. Just because it was all oily. I don't think so. Because if this thing wasn't able to work with oil, it'd be pretty useless. Interesting. Now I'm just going to cram this in there and hope that it's the right part. It's not. I don't think it is. I think this one's too big diameter. I think I got the wrong part. Frick. So I guess this one's going back in then. Why? They look so similar. Yeah, the O-ring was still in there. That's why I couldn't get this one in there. Okay, so it just drops in. What did I do with the bolt? Is it still not fitting in there? It's still not going in. Where's the bolt? Bolt is down here. Just go. This is your home now. This is your hole. It was made for you. Did I hear a click? What was that? I don't like the sound of that. Well, I shoved it in with some of these pliers because it was not just dropping in there like I wanted it to. Now I'm going to put the bolt back in. Hopefully not lose it. Oh yeah, of all the things that it's going to focus on, it's just not going to be the thing that's right in the middle of the lens. Wait, this camera has a night mode on it. Why am I not turning that on? I don't know. I think it would just automatically turn itself on when it detects low light. Does this thing have, wait, what am I doing? I wonder if this thing has a certain like pressure that you're supposed to tighten it down to. Okay, put the cable thingy back on. Alright, I put the clip and stuff back on. Now I just gotta reconnect the battery. Actually, I realized I'm not going to reconnect the battery because I still have to put these little light bulbs in, but I got to wash my hands first because I don't want to have grease on those things and make them dirty before I've even installed them. Hands are clean. Alright, these are type 168, and I got a 10-pack of them. They're Ico brand. Come on, camera, what do you think? What do you think is the main subject here? My floor or this thing that I'm holding? Yes, these. So the corner lights on my car use 5-watt light bulbs. You don't want to get the 12 or 7 watt or any other wattage, you just want to get these. I'm gonna have to have my flashlight on the whole time. Okay, so they fit into these socket thingies, at least for the front lights. For the back lights, they just plug directly into their little holders. So I was crawling up under here yesterday because I was on a wild goose chase. And I saw this. I was like, where is this oil leak coming from? You know, from... that's making its way down all the way to the lowest point of the oil pan. And it could be, you know, it's just this thing isn't screwed on all the way. I don't really care that much about it. But like, why is it coming from up here? And I trace it all the way back to this bolt. That is the only one that doesn't have a nut on it. So I'm going to try to snake my arm all the way up there and see if I can tighten it. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't have a deep socket, so I'm going to try to use a wrench, like, or plier thingies. I think they're called channel locks. And I think that's the only bolt that's like that. I can't really see all the way over there to tell whether or not that one, like on that intake tube, on that end of the intake tube is missing a bolt, but I'm just going to replace that one, at least that I can see, or at least try to, assuming the bolt that I have fits over that. The thing is that's a stud. Like, that is a screw or a bolt that has threads on both ends and no head. And I think they replaced it in later models. But it is just such a headache trying to get websites to tell me what bolt number or what item number that is. I probably ought to be wearing goggles for this too, because I'm underneath my car and rust is just sprinkling down into my eyeballs. That whistling is the radiator. Ah. Okay. Alright, so I think I found the source of the coolant leak. Or at least I can see where it's coming from. So it's going around the oil filter, but it's coming from the side of the oil filter. But if I trace down the path where the water is running from, that hole up there, but it's not, I can see the coolant coming out from that hole up there. Dagnabbit, why is this so difficult? The flashlight can see it just fine, so why can the camera angle not see it? There, right there. That is where it's coming from. Or at least that's where I can see liquid coming out. Why on earth is there a hole in the water pump? Like right there. Is there supposed to be a screw there? No. Keep the focus on that thing. So that hole is where the stuff is coming from, and that's the water pump up there. I don't know why there's a hole there though. I don't think it's like coming from the side there adjacent to it.